What the fuck are you doing, DC? Yo, this your boy Baki back with another one. We about to jump into this shit. Let's fucking get it. So we're here to talk about motherfucking Wonder Woman 1984. As you can see, I don't have no green screen or anything behind me. I haven't set anything up. I just finished this movie and then rewatched a couple scenes just so I can get grasp on shit. And man, this movie fucking sucks. I'm sorry. In my honest opinion, this movie is the worst of all the cinematic for DC live action wise. You can talk shit about BVS till you're blue in the face, but to me, BVS was a million times better than Wonder Woman 1984. I don't want to get too deep into spoiler territory, so we're going to do kind of a spoiler-free one, and then we're going to go fucking heavy into spoilers, bro. So let's do a good, bad, and ugly spoiler-free real quick, okay? Some of the good, I love the colorization of this movie. It has some really, really nice, vibrant colors. The daytime shots are beautifully shot. A lot of the, I guess you could say the superhero choreography was actually pretty decent as well. But it's hard to do this good, bad, and ugly without mentioning the bad and ugly in this fucking movie. It had a pretty decent score. And there was one part towards the middle of the movie. I really can't get into that until spoiler territory. It's got some decent moments with a lot of thematic shots and comic book shots, which is something that I really, really take heart to in comic book movies, is making sure that they have those comic book shots. Now, Maxwell Lord was amazing. Pedro playing him was actually really, really. If I had to say anything, right, Maxwell Lord had more character growth than almost anybody else in the entire movie. Why is that? I don't know. I have no clue why Maxwell Lord has more growth than anybody else in the entire movie. It's cool, but it's kind of weird. I'm trying to think of some more good, positive shit. That's about it. Let's go on to the bad. This movie's all over the place, man. First off, you have two villains at the same time. So you got Barbara and Maxwell Lord. Barbara turns into Cheetah. Maxwell Lord is Maxwell Lord. This movie's also kind of based off of like a monkey's paw kind of situation where you make wishes and the wishes have bad effects to them. That's as much as I get into without like getting into super spoiler territory. Bro, this is too hard to do without spoilers. So if you fucking go watch the movie and then come back and come see this fucking thing, because I'm about to chip this shit down like a fucking tree. I'm about to get the fucking just hack it away. Okay, so first things first, bro. The fact that this movie is a monkey's paw movie is very strange to begin with. So the whole entire premise of this movie is there's this rock called like the Citron Rock or whatever. And you're supposed to say you wish things upon it and it's supposed to grant these wishes. Normally these are fake throughout the world, but they happen to have found a real one. Maxwell Lord has apparently been looking for this thing for a long time. Barbara's character stumbles upon it in the museum or whatever whatever the fuck she does, artifacts, blah, blah, blah. And she is now in possession of it. Diana makes a wish in her brain, which also is very strange because the wish in her brain, she doesn't say out loud, but everybody else pretty much said their wishes out loud. I think there's one other person who didn't say it out loud, but I'd have to double check on that. And I will put that in text up top or some shit if he did or didn't. Because I think at the end, I think somebody did say it in their mind. And if they did, then that's cool. But if not, she didn't even say it out loud. Bro, the action set pieces in this movie are good, but they make no sense. And they almost look like she's like, almost like floating in kind of ways that doesn't really like make real sense with physics. I'm not really a fan of the action scenes. They looked really good, But like how she was gliding around on certain parts really fucking made no sense. There's a part in the middle of the movie where they're doing this long chase scene down this road, and she gets on this metal sheet and she's sliding on this metal sheet for like a minute and a half, bro. And they don't even put the effects to show that this metal sheet is like getting hot. And necessarily, it don't even have to be burning her. She's Wonder Woman, right? But you should just show how hot this thing is that like normal people couldn't be affected by it. For a minute and a half, this little metal sheet underneath her as she's sliding on fucking ground going 65 miles an hour is never changing its color, its intensity, nothing. It's just the same fucking sparks all the way through. The CG in this fucking movie just kind of makes me want to vomit sometimes, and I'm not really a fan of it. Her lasso skills are incredible, the way she whips around. You would think she was fucking Pathfinder, but at the same time, the lasso starts to do magical shit at the fucking end of this movie. Bro, when she learns how to fly, that was the moment I was talking about. That was actually a really well done, beautiful moment that showed her how to fly. She changes her poses fucking 46 fucking times like it's fucking Power Rangers. And then on top of that, as she's flying, she just decides to magically start using her lasso to fucking ride lightning to go home, to go grab the golden armor. You were just flying, sweetheart. Why are you not? I don't know. A lot of the dialogue in this fucking movie was cheesy as fuck. The whole part with the whole Chris Pine changing outfits and all that shit, I feel like that shit was just for the trailer. I feel like the riding lightning was just for the trailer. I feel like a lot of stuff placed in this movie was just for trailers, just for like these scenes to just get you in awe, and then nothing really happens from it. Cheetah was absolutely fucking pointless to have in the movie. You didn't even need her. You could have totally focused on Maxwell Lord and had one villain, and you would have had a much better movie overall, 100%, than if you fucking did this double dichotomy like it's fucking Joker and Two-Face. You totally lost me because nothing happens in this movie for an hour and a half. It's just an hour and a half of bullshit. Barbara and fucking Diana go have lunch together and are talking for a good 2-3 minutes on screen, implying that they've been drinking and having a good time and blah, 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 blah. She doesn't socialize like this, blah, 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 blah. And then they leave. And it's nighttime, she's walking home, and you're telling me Diana just follows Barbara, and then Barbara gets assaulted by some random ass dude, and Diana just comes out of nowhere to rescue her. Why? Y'all were just together. So you're just stalking her now to make sure she gets home safe? Like, I'm just confused as to the reason behind a lot of the motives behind this movie. Another dumbass point. Fucking Chris Pine's character, Steve, right? When he comes back, we're not even gonna talk about that yet, right? When he comes back, him and Diana are on this fucking mission, and they're searching for clues as to where Maxwell Lord went. They dig in the trash, and he goes, if this date is correct, then he's already on his way to Cairo, right? That's what he says. And then he proceeds to say to Diana, you guys have a plane that can get to Cairo in one day? Right? Okay. So then they find a fucking plane, right? They go get a plane to go to Cairo, and it's Wonder Woman's jet. They get in the jet, they take off, and then they see fireworks. And like, they're both shocked it's the 4th of July. But you guys were already talking about the date earlier. It's just like these weird things that are happening. I'm like, what the fuck is even going on, man? It just threw me out the movie again. Like, so many times I was just tossed out of this fucking movie, bro. Where I'm like, what are we even fucking doing here? Like I said, Maxwell Lord is the best part of this movie. Bro, there's a part, first off, all right, let's just dissect it out, all right? Like I said, this movie's a monkey's paw movie. So when Diana wishes for Chris Pine to come back in her head, he comes back as some random dude. What happens to the random dude? Right? Whatever. He comes back. Chris Pine is now back. Let's reflect on this for a second. You're supposed to be Wonder Woman, right? You're supposed to be empowering women to be stronger and more confident and independent and everything that Diana is, right? She's a rich, powerful, successful, beautiful, everything you can fucking name that's positive about a woman, you could say Diana is, right? But she's a fucking sucker for fucking Chris Pine after 70 years of him being definitively dead. Dead, bro. Most people don't even have 70 years in their lifetime. But for 70 fucking years, you held on to this fucking love so hard that when he came back, you didn't even question it. You didn't question if it was evil, if it was Aries, nothing. You just instantly accepted he's back after 70 years. Let that sink in for a second. Let me tell you something, man. I love my fucking wife, bro. She's upstairs right now, knocked the fuck out. Bro, if something happened to me, and you can't say 70, right? Let's say 45 years down the line, I magically came back and was the same age. Like, bro, you would have to question that some kind of way. And you as a person have learned to move on, and you should have a whole different life and everything else. If I was to come back, I wouldn't even come back and expect to be able to be in your life at fucking 45 years later. And this is 70 years later. Am I missing something here? She's had no character growth for 70 years? And then you're telling me in BVS, she's disappeared again. So in Batman v Superman timeline, she's disappeared again, and then she just returned. That just is stupid as fuck. So she left all of Earth to be up to whatever the fuck because of the simple fact that Chris Pine died a second time? Because he died twice? You already let him go, sweetheart. And he did a noble ass death. It wasn't like his death was in vain or no bull. It was a noble ass fucking death, bro. And you let that go. But then you come back and you accidentally wish him back in your brain, which is nobody's fault, right? But you immediately accept that shit. And then on top of all of that, it's this easy to say to get rid of Chris Pine. I renounce my wish. That's all it takes? And they even said it an hour and a half into the movie. They're like, you either got to kill Maxwell Lord or say, I renounce my wish. And she's like, I can't do that. And I'm like, bro, you didn't even have a talk with this man to see how he feels about this shit. Like, that's how selfish you are as a Wonder Woman? So what are you teaching women here after 70 years of fucking your loved one passing away? They should never move on and they should just stay clinging to death? What is the message here? The fight between her and Cheetah is absolutely horseshit. Barbara's change into Cheetah is terrible. It's terrible. The only evolution in this entire movie that makes sense is Maxwell Lord. Steve's character, Chris Pine doesn't even make sense because he's already done this. He basically has the exact same fucking lines in this movie as he had in the first movie. He's like, you gotta let me go. I can save the world today, but you can save the world tomorrow, or whatever the fuck. Like, that's the same shit. He's like, I love you, Diana, as like she ran around a corner. I'm like, what the fuck is this, bro? This movie would have done a million times better, in my opinion, if it would have just grounded shit a little bit more around Diana and Maxwell Lord. That shit didn't really come to a head until almost 2 hours into the fucking movie. 1 hour and 45 minutes in the movie, bro. Like, before some real action set piece happens with Diana and Max. And that's that car scene I was talking about. It's a long ass time. That shit happens in Cairo. It's a long ass time before that happens. That's insane. What the fuck are we doing? Watching Barbara grow? Listening to fucking Chris Pine be a fucking fish out of water? That's what Diana was last movie. Why are we doing the same thing? This movie is a fucking repeat of the last movie, nowhere near as done as well. Wonder Woman, the original Wonder Woman, you at least have a supporting cast and you have a fucking war to depict, meaning you can show the gritty side of everything. All this shit is just showing is the fucking 80s. Whoop-de-doo. Everything's showing the 80s right now. And you fucking sucked at that. This is the same fucking movie, bro, with less character growth. There was character growth, at least in the first Wonder Woman movie. You had the fucking, all the guys who she led through all the trenches and shit. They all had problems. One was like a fucking fighter. The other dude was like a dead drunk who was a sniper and had PTSD problems. Everybody had little things about them. There's fucking 4 characters in this movie. 5. There's 5 characters in this movie. Diana, Barbara, Maxwell Lord. Who the fuck else is there? Diana, Barbara, Maxwell Lord, that little boy. There's one more fucking person. And fucking Steve. Bro, that's it. Diana, Barbara, Maxwell Lord, Steve, and that little fucking boy. Those are like the main characters. That's it, bro. Everybody else is just like cannon fodder fucking for the screen, bro. To me, it's just such a fucking letdown. Such a fucking letdown, bro. You turn this movie into a fucking genie movie, bro. We ain't men. We genie. Come on, man. I did not like this movie. I did not like this movie, man. I did not like this movie. In fact, I liked Tenet more than I liked Wonder Woman. That's crazy because I don't even understand what the fuck happened in Tenet. I'm still confused. And I've watched it twice. And there should be a review coming out on that soon. Be sure to motherfucking check it out. But I did not like this movie at all, man. This is in my opinion, this is the worst of all of the DC cinematic movies so far. The absolute worst. Like, it's not even a contest. Wait, well, I guess Justice League is the worst. Excuse me, okay? But Jay goes, Justice League, Wonder Woman 1984. Like, they're grinding on each other. That movie's terrible, bro. I'm sorry. I could not get behind this movie. Bro, at the beginning of the movie, she starts destroying cameras. And at first, I'm like, why are you destroying cameras? And I'm like, and then they show why. And it says she's this mystery woman who's been seen around DC. And I'm like, oh, that's because in BVS, you only have one fucking photo. So now you have to actually show that you're fucking destroying all the cameras everywhere you go, so you aren't seen. Then the fight between her and Cheetah, bro. Okay. A bunch of weird things happen in this fucking movie. I'm telling you, bro. Okay. So after she says, I don't want to be with you, Chris Pine. I'm done. I wish you was gone. Whatever. She leaves him. She takes off in the sky. She starts flying. She's doing all the different poses. Bro. She realizes she's gonna need this armor, so she fucking stops flying to swing on 2 lightning bolts to go to her house. Was that because she couldn't turn? She not turn around or nothing? Like, why did she do that? What the fuck was the point of her doing that? That's what I'm saying. Like, this movie just has a bunch of shit I just don't understand. And then she goes to fight Cheetah, right? Wonder Woman and Cheetah are fighting. She's just blocking herself with this fucking shield thing while Cheetah's like getting close, getting in there. Then she let go of the arm shit. She's like, I'm about to fuck you up. She's like, all right, yeah, try it. She comes, she like fucking dips her on the thing. You've seen it in the fucking trailers. And then how this fight ends is Cheetah gets electrocuted in water and survives. Both villains live, which is I'm actually okay with because I'm tired of villains dying all the time. But I just thought it was dumb to put her in a life-death situation and then she just comes out on top. She should have definitely been dead. She should have been electrocuted. Like, hello? How many videos have you guys seen of motherfuckers grabbing phone wires and shit and being just like instantly set ablaze? That shit was a power line. So the power line hits the water and you see her getting electrocuted. She just takes her out, puts her on. Whatever, she's got superpowers. Let it fly. Like I said, I'm okay with the villains living. That's not my problem with the movie at all. My gripe is it took us fucking forever to get here and it was barely worth it. For what, 4 set pieces? You got the beginning set piece, right? You got the fucking Cairo set piece, and you got the ending fucking piece. You got 3 set pieces really in the whole movie. Oh, and 4 if you count the cheetah set piece. Terrible, man. Terrible. I am so fucking disappointed with this movie. I don't even know how to put it into words anymore, man. I am hot. I'm livid. And for you Wonder Woman fans who are going to come in here and fucking try to kill me in the comments, I'm like, this was exactly depicted like, I am not the biggest Wonder Woman fan. So I completely understand if this shit hits home for you guys and did not hit home for me. The first movie hit home way more for me than this movie. And Wonder Woman personality seemed to have changed over 7 years. She seemed to be so much more docile than she is in Batman v Superman, which is 40 fucking years down the line, and in 1916 when she was more visceral. Like in 1916 in BVS, she seems like she's the same person. In 1984, she seems like she's a completely different person. And that's because Chris Pine died 70 years ago? I'll fucking slap you if you say that. Do not say that shit in the comments, bro. Don't be like, it's cause Steve's dead. Bro, 70 years ago, bro, an Amazon woman who was taught to never fucking even really fuck with men like that, fell in love the very first dude she really fucking met and has never let that dude go for 70 fucking years. That's who you want to have as your role model, and that's what you want to show women in the second version of your movie, in the second sequel of your movie, is that the woman who could barely let go of a man the first time is unable to let go of a man again the second time. Until the end of the fucking movie, when obviously we got to get this shit over with. Of course you're going to let him go. Nigga, it's a movie. Like, that's so dumb, bro. This is a terrible movie. Terrible movie. I had no fun watching this movie. I just kept scratching my fucking head over and over and over and over and over. Bro, there was a line. Maxwell Lord and Barbara finally get together at the end of this movie for this like last little fight scene where she protects Max or whatever. He hops on the plane and he's like, yo, like, tell me what you would wish for. And she never says, I wish. This is the perfect line they could have said right here. And she tells him, she's like, I don't want to be like 81 anymore. She's like, I want to be an apex predator. I want to be vicious. You know, she's basically saying she want to be fucking Cheetah. Okay. And he goes, that's great. But what he should is, he goes, that's great. Go on. Tell me more. Okay. What he should have said was, great. But you forgot to say, I wish. Come on, bro. Yeah, I had to help my daughter. She was not feeling well. But yeah, he should have said, that sounds great. But you forgot to say, I wish. He said, that sounds great. Go on. Tell me more. And I'm like, what happened to the wishes? Like, we're already getting a little crazy with it. The end of the movie is real weird. Maxwell's whole plan is to use the Star Wars program, which was an actual legit program that was in the 80s that was supposed to be used to, I believe, help with like missile defense. They're going to use a version of that to take over all televisions, and he's going to use that to tell people to start saying they wish, and everybody's going to start wishing for things. So at the end of the movie, this dude's just chick's like, I wish that you fucking Irish were sent back to where you came from. And he goes, I wish you dropped dead. So she drops dead and the police are outside arresting Irish people. I can't make this shit up, bro. And at the end of the movie, how Wonder Woman solves it, she magically slips the lasso when we're all watching her unable to really move. She magically slips the lasso around his leg and then projects the truth through Maxwell Lord for everybody to see, then gives a speech about life sucks. We all got to deal with life sucking. We all wanted life to change before, but we can't change it. And then projects the truth through Maxwell Lord for him to see his one truth, which is his son. And his son is out in the streets about to die. So Maxwell Lord says, I renounce my wish. That's it. We don't even find out if Maxwell goes to jail. And you know what I also thought was weird? At the end of the movie, there's a Christmas scene, which just feels like it was put in at the end of the, like later on almost. Like, I mean, it could have, the chances are they probably did know it was going to be around the holidays, but man, I mean, like, there's literally a Christmas scene on, and the movie came out on Christmas. Thought that was kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. If I had to rate this movie out of 10, dead ass, like I'm giving this movie like a 5. 5, straight up. That's it. All this movie gets out of me is a straight 5. I've loved every single. I guess I even love Justice League more than I love this. That's crazy. And I don't even like Justice League. I think I gave Justice League a 6. Because Justice League at least felt like a Justice League episode. It just felt like a not very good Justice League episode. But this feels like a Wonder Woman thing, I guess. But it's just like, bro, like, what are we doing? It's a repeat. It feels like such a retread of the first movie. 3 times out of the movie, I like rolled my eyes. It was like, bro, are we really doing this right now? I don't know. I think to bring Steve back was a big mistake. And I think having 2 villains almost never works. The Dark Knight is one of the only times where 2 villains has truly worked. And in my opinion, The Dark Knight would have been a stronger movie had it not done that. Had it just focused on Joker, I think it would have been a much stronger movie. The Two-Face shit is interesting, but look at how they end up killing Two-Face off. He like falls down some shit. It's just a whack ass ending. Like, it just doesn't roll off well. And it's the same with this movie, sort of. You just end in this weird spot, and the amount of action that you get in this movie is pretty whack. Cheetah is the final fight. There is no fight between Maxwell Lord. Maxwell Lord's a badass in the comics. He kills Blue Beetle a long time ago. Happened. Sorry for spoilers, bro. I told you we passed spoilers, bro. But yeah, he kills Blue Beetle. He's a pretty good G in the comics, and I think he does some crazy OP shit in I think it's not Crisis, but somebody tell me what it's called in the fucking comments below. What the fuck is it called? I can't remember the arc that he did, but it's something like a Crisis event, but I just can't think of the name of it. Yeah, man, I guess a 5 out of 10. I slightly put it above Justice League because how bad Justice League is. But when I say slightly, like, I'll give this movie, I'll knock Justice League down a peg. I gave it a 6 before. That shit is a 5. Wonder Woman, I'll give it a 5.5, bro. It gets a 5.5, bro, out of 10. That's it. Average as a fuck. Not a good time. Didn't enjoy it. Fucking movie is ass. Not worth the watch. Not worth the purchase. Well, I'd say it's worth the watch if you're a DC fan, but not worth the purchase. Find some other kind of way to get that shit. I'd have been hot if I saw this shit in the theaters. I'd have been pissed, livid, furious. Too many times I got thrown out of the movie. Too many times I was just not having fun. Too many times I felt like I was watching the first fucking Wonder Woman movie. Bro, one of the opening scene in the mall feels terrible. He's holding this little girl over this rail like this. Wonder Woman drops straight down. Like her feet would have been on this little girl's shoulders. Like that's how straight down she dropped on top of this little girl. And somehow she's like sweeping her. And that's the same thing that happens in Cairo. They fucking do this slow motion lasso pull and she goes to grab these two kids and it looks like the fakest shit you've ever seen on the planet, bro. It looks so fucking fake. Why would you do that? Why are you doing that? I don't know, man. Overall, this is, to me, just not a good DC movie. I just don't like it. If you like it, it's cool. Let me know why you like it in the comments. I am willing to have an open discussion about this movie. But this movie gets a 2 fucking fuck yous up, bro. Like, I can't believe that movie's 2 hours and 35 fucking minutes for 3 fucking set pieces, bro. 3 fucking set pieces. And 2 of them are against fucking nobodies, bro. What the fuck are we doing with our time? How dare you? How dare you? And you end it with some fucking magical wish shit? Like, we're gonna end it different, bro. I'm not expecting you to end it. I don't want you to end it with a slugfest like Black Panther either, but I expect some kind of fucking like, what the fuck was that? It's just like, I don't know, man. It just felt so trash. Like I said, Maxwell Lord is the absolute best in the movie. He's my absolute favorite. I love his character growth throughout the entire movie, but I don't even know what the fuck happens to him. Does he go to Arkham Asylum? He go to jail? Somebody fucking put him on a fucking milk carton? Where'd he go? What happens? Who the fuck knows? It jumps from 4th of July to Christmas. It's your boy Baki signing the fuck off. Fuck you, Wonder Woman 1984. I'm just kidding. It's okay. But seriously though, that movie sucked hot donkey dick. In July, that movie sucked hot donkey dick on a slab of concrete during high noon in Las Vegas in July. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.